Love's the warmth we hold in a sea of doubt. Love will find us out. Oh, love, 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 it's the only way. Oh, love, 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 let it lead the way. In a world so cold, love's the warmth we hold in a sea of doubt. Love will find us out. Oh, love, 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 it's the only way. Oh, love, 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 let it lead the way. Hearts beat as one underneath the sun. Love's melody sets our spirits free. Oh, love, 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 it's the only way. Oh, love, 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 let it lead the way.
are a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1. Timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2. Reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3. Insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4. Community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5. Transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6. Convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
We would like to invite you to become a DC Guardian. A Guardian is someone who supports us with a gift of $10 a month. And you will also receive a beautiful DC decal so you can post your support. And also you will get email updates for Guardians only. Plus special discounts on products and functions and conferences to come. Please click on the donate button on our eiobn.com website to support. Once again, on behalf of the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network, thank you.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance.
Every generation stands on the shoulders of the generation that went before. And so you see farther because you're standing taller than we did and can look farther. But at least give us the credit that you're seeing farther because you're standing on our shoulders. We don't have inflation because the people are living too well. We have inflation because the government is living too well.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed and to which we are committed today at home and around the world.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. And always have the courage to be yourself.
Sound of freedom, oh so loud. Revolution in the crowd. Shaking ground, winds of change. Feel it all, rearrange. Voices rising, hearts beating. Hope in the air, never retreating. A new day dawning, colors bright. Embracing the change, feel it right. Sound of freedom, oh so loud. Revolution in the crowd. Shaking ground, winds of change. Feel it all, rearrange.
All right. Buttercups, hope you're having a great day today. It is Tuesday, and we're headed towards Turkey Day. Hope everybody's ready for their good old turkeys. Deep fried or oven or whatever. It's good stuff. Speaking of turkeys, Kamala Harris lost. Just thought I'd remind you. I've got 4 years to every day, anytime I please, to just say, Donald Trump is your daddy. Daggone right. Anyway. Glad to have everybody here today. Up in the house. And it's DC's house. That's what it is. DC's house. Yeah. Good stuff. I got some good stuff today. It's going to be a little bit different show because I'm going to take you on the squirrel trip with me, okay? Then what I mean is, sometimes I think like a squirrel. I'm just like, burp. Oh, there's another tree. Let me jump on that one. That's what it's going to be today. It's going to be a mixed bag of fun, love, hate. No, really no hate. I can't say that. I put something up last night on Ticker Talker, and all it was a picture of an arrestee that was an illegal migrant, and they flagged it and took it down. Even though I argued with them, they still would not post it back up there unless they did it already, and I haven't seen it, but I seriously doubt they're going to. But that's okay. It's okay. It's America, right? It's America. We're land of the free, home of the brave, and you're free to post and brave enough to do it, but doesn't mean it's going to get stuck out there where people can see it. But anyways, glad to have everybody here. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. We won't be on for Thanksgiving because I know all of you are going to be with your families or doing your thing, and that's all good. That's what it's about. So we won't be on for Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to take a break, eat me some turkey, take some food to my mama. Probably sit back, watch some Christmas movies, some nostalgic ones, right? And not only that, I put up my tree last night. Well, let me say this. I put up a tree. Normally I have like 4 or 5 trees in my house. That is no joke. I don't know. This year, it's just been a little bit exhausting. But I was able to get my tree up. Haven't got it decorated. I don't know. I may decorate it this year, just handcuffs. Who knows? Something fun, something different. But anyways, I just love the holidays. But anyways, Thanksgiving, I'm just going to chill out. Probably watch me Willy Wonka. What is it? Miracle on 34th Street. And just all those good ones. And just chill out. Rest with my dogs, and they can drive me bonkers. Shut up. But anyways, I'm sorry about that. I'm looking forward also to the Christmas party that's going to be in Tennessee, December 16th, 6 p.m. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. Got a few left. They are going quick, and we, like I said yesterday, we added a couple more spots, so we're good on that. I really have some really good because we've gotten some law enforcement will be there, some ICE agents, some different people's going to be there. But I will say this: I got some really cool things to talk about, but we also got some really cool things to give out that I think you guys, those that are coming, you're going to love it. Love it. Well, some of you are going to walk away with some stuff that's from Space Force. No joke, man. We got some good stuff. But anyway, hello, Denham Springs, Saints Girl. Glad to have you in here today. Hello from Iowa. We got George up in the house. We got, hi, DC, Pam Murphy from Lenore City, Tennessee. Thank you so much. South Georgia, hey. Will we ever know your true identity? Yeah, at some point you probably will, but I like to stay alive. That's the whole name of the game, so I like to stay alive. So, that's why we don't do what we do. Or you wouldn't get the intel that you get on here. Hello, Little Grasshoppers. That's right, Patriot RN. Knoxville, Tennessee in the house. Hello, DC. Holland, Michigan in the house. Patriots, how's your mom? She's doing okay. We'll get on that in here in a second. Hamilton, Ohio. Thank you so much, Gwen, for asking. Anchorage, Alaska. Hello. Thank you so much for listening. Columbus, Georgia, in the house. Stanford, Kentucky. Lisa from Dayton saying hello and God bless. Thank you so much, Lisa. Hey, everyone from Fancy Farm, Kentucky. I'm going to check it out sometime. Benbrook, Texas there. Charles City, Virginia, and here. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Coffeeville, Mississippi. Ozark, Alabama. Central Missouri. Jimmy and Janice listening from Gainesville, Texas. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. I appreciate it much. Greetings from Augusta. Hey, DC, Michelle from South Georgia in the house also. Can't wait for Black Friday specials coming soon. Yeah, really. They ain't no discounts, I'll tell you that. No discounts in this one. Dallas in the house. Ready for the bat. Yeah, that's right. Keep our military and agents safe. Yep, absolutely. East Jordan, Michigan in the house also. We got Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Patriots from California. DC the band. Coasty Mike in Texas. Thank you so much. TikTok Brothers friend. Thank you so much, buddy. How do you see? Hope your mama's doing better. Yep. Thank you so much, Janelle. Melrose, Minnesota. Minden, Louisiana. Super excited to be attending the Christmas party. Prayers for your mother and you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know who you are now. Yep. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. Good time. Just good stuff. Good stuff. I think everybody that comes is just, it's going to be a good time of just, fellowship. And of course, everybody likes the food. But then we're also going to have some really good information, discussions, and some games. It's just going to be all right. Just fun. You're going to see the different side of DC. Y'all hear the badass part and the rude and the all that stuff. But I like to have a good time. I like to joke around. I do like that. I like to laugh. I like to watch other people. ADC and fellow Patriots from Amy in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Holden Beach, North Carolina, Meansville, Georgia, Raleigh, North Carolina, RC and EC. Guys, thank you so much, RC and EC, for listening. You guys have been with me a long time. It is, man, loyal listeners there. Thank you so much. Statesville, North Carolina, also in the house. Dallas, Texas, Kiss My Crack. You better believe it. And the shirts are coming out. You will be able to get those for Christmas. There's a ton of got all kinds of different things on. Also, those will be going up by the end of this week or the first of next week on the website. You'll be able to order and get it shipped before Christmas. We got Louisiana in-house there again. This always cuts off after the music. Yeah, it's Rumble. It's not me. Hendersonville, Tennessee in the house. Hey, coming to your door. Coming to your door real soon. See here, a lot going on, and it's difficult to put all things together. It is, and the good thing is this: we don't have to put it all together. It's all being handled. We just have to sit back and digest what we want to digest. Idaho in the house. Thank you so much. Newburgh, North Carolina, up in here. Springfield, Illinois in here. I was number one on Great Awakening. Thank you so much. Angela in Watertown, New York. Royalton, Minnesota. Dalton, Georgia. Another Dalton, Georgia. Salisbury, North Carolina. Colorado. Yep. Dundalk, Maryland in there. Charles City, Virginia. Merkel, Texas. What else we got here? North Carolina again. Coleman, Alabama. Home of the tool shed. That's right. Hey, man, I've missed that group that was coming in here having their DC parties every day. But anyways, yeah, I like the tool shed. I love that place. Don't like spending money there, but I love it. Jefferson, Georgia. Good afternoon, DC, from Norton, Ohio. Thank you so much. Oklahoma in the house. Jefferson City, Missouri. Oshawa up in the house. Pound, Virginia, DC addicted to listening. Love your no BS and honesty. Well, thank you so much. Some people don't, but it's okay. I'm trying to really watch on the potty mouth. I really am. I swear I really am. Don't be offended. I said the word swear because I know a lot of people, oh, you said the word swear. But don't be offended. Really trying hard, okay? Really trying hard. That'll be my, well, I'll say New Year's resolution, but I'm kind of getting started on it a little bit. But, New Year's resolutions, you know what these are, right? It's like joining the gym, and you got the gym card, but the gym card doesn't, it doesn't make you get up and go to the gym. So it's just a resolution. It don't mean it's doing anything. Okay, let's see. Pennsylvania in the house, also Summerfield, Florida. Sorry about that. Georgia, Yorkshire, England, up in here. Thank you so much, guys, for listening over in England. We appreciate that. Middlesex, Virginia, also Wisconsin in here. Let's see here. Oxford, Mississippi, Ringgold, Georgia. Hey. At my senior granddaughter's basketball game. Well, I hope they win. New Bedford, Massachusetts. TikTok says I posted against their high community standards. Yeah, right. Maybe if I made my hair purple and talked with a lisp and talked about love and posted hateful pictures, I'd be okay. I don't know. That's not for me. Edmund, Julie, good to see you there. Edmund, Oklahoma there. DC, is XRP crypto worth buying into? Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Let's see here. I'm trying to see the chat here. Hey, DC from Boney Lake, Washington. Okay, awesome there. McAllen, Texas, up in here. Magnolia, Texas. Shell Knob, Missouri. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Let's see here. Keep getting the same question asked about 17 times. Noblesville, Indiana. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Childersburg, Alabama. Prayers for your mom. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Just listening right now, making banana bread. Oh my gosh. I'll talk when the bread is in there. Oh man. Banana bread. Woo. That's good stuff. All right. But my mom, that's another thing. My mom, she loves banana bread. But whenever we go to somewhere, like there's little home cooker restaurants that serve that stuff, I'd tease her and say, my mom wants a piece of the banana butt bread. And my mom would be like, what? Like the banana butt bread. That's not what it's called. That's gross. I'm like, mom wants the banana butt bread. But anyway, just funny joke. I'll tell you a joke about my mom here in a little bit. But Aaron Leona from Gig Harbor, Washington. Thank you so much. Love the microphone. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a cool mic, man. It's a 1952, 53 RCA 44. And actually it came out of an NBC studio. And it still has the original NBC tag underneath them, and had it redone, and had it done for the studio here because it sounds good. That's the kind of stuff that like Bing Crosby and those cats just record on. Stuff before they had auto tune and all that goofy stuff they do now. Back when music was like real music, you know what I'm saying? Like real music. That and then like growing up, I'm jumping off. I told you today's gonna be like a squirrel, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We're getting close to Thanksgiving, so everybody should just be thankful that one, Donald Trump is voted in, but two, that we have time to talk about things and be free about it. But yeah, I mean, anyway, whatever. I'll jump off that. Indiana in house, Wisconsin, Michigan. Hello from Michigan, both Shackleys. Oh yeah, they're up in the house. Vicious commits is what they are. That's off of Willy Wonka. But anyway, hey DC, Fairhaven, Massachusetts. Potty mouth comes from the frustration of having to deal with the uneducated. Yeah, absolutely. Do a little research and wake up. Yeah, maybe the rest of us won't have to swear, but yeah, exactly. I've always heard this. My mom would always say this. Now, DC, you can get your point across without being frustrated and cursing. I've tried that. I really have. But evidently the people, and the people that I've dealt with in the past, they don't really deal with kind words and sweet handlings, especially if they're like wanted, like federal warrants and they're wanted and they're like, those people, you don't go, hey, come here, I want to talk to you. No, anyway. So I guess after a while, you're just used to being hard, or not hard, but you're used to being a certain way that it's just how you are. But Yeah, I found this out dealing with the hospital. A kind word and a soft voice does not get anywhere. But when you are forceful and throttle to the floor with your mouth and your attitude, it does move mountains. So I guess to each his own. Titusville, Pennsylvania, in house. Hello, all. New to the group. Mom of twin boys. Well, thank you so much. I'm about to have some twin granddaughters. Woo! I'm excited about that. She's going to the doctor today to see him again. But anyways, Gina and Bruce, Evansville, Indiana. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I always enjoy your show, DC. Love the humor, too. Thank you for what you do to help us. Yeah, I don't know about saving humanity, but we do what we can do. Usually have to catch the replays, but I'm at work today, tuning in on my lunch break. Well, thank you so much. Patriots in Ohio State. We got them all coming in from everywhere here. Kansas City, Cape Girardeau, Tupelo, Mississippi, deep fried all the way. Yep, turkey. I wouldn't want to cook that turkey. Yeah. Ohio State, terrific Tuesday, everyone. God wins, yes. Oregon in the house. Minnesota. Greetings from Minnesota, Washington, D.C., and family. Great things. Yep. Hoping for a fantastic finish 2024. Yeah, it's epic. It's epic. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Denver up in the house here. Camden, Kentucky in the house. Thank you so much, bro. I'm glad to say it. Donald J. Trump is my daddy. We noticed that you're jumpy. Yeah, I'm jumpy here. I am. I'm just, I got a lot of information and a lot of stuff. And, yep, you saved the numbers. A good deal. Okay, West Tennessee. I'm almost done here. Middle Fork, Indiana. Hello, Ethel. Stephen. Silent. Okay. Weberville, Michigan. Hobbs, New Mexico. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Darlene from Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. Let's see here. All right, I think we're almost done here. Yep, so we got Brenneman, Georgia, Cary, Ohio, Cummings, Georgia, Montana, Duncan, Oklahoma, Cartersville, Ohio, Reedsville, Georgia. Hey, Tim. Wimberley, Texas, Wheatfield, Indiana, Carlton, Michigan, Bama Lama up in the house, York, Pennsylvania, Sebring, Florida, Woodruff, South Carolina. Yes, please stay alive. Yep. Janet from Santa Rosa, California. Prayers from Greensboro, North Carolina. Thank you so much. All right. Arkansas, Connecticut. I'm trying to get through this real quick. Detroit, Pennsylvania, East Pennsylvania, Hartsville, Georgia. All right. So, Bedrock, Virginia, Illinois, Massachusetts. We got it all here. Children's. All right. So I'm going to go on. I'm sorry, guys. I've got like 1,183 people's names to read, and I can't do it right now. All right, got me a drink. Let's go. So yeah, and you know what? So let's do this tomorrow. Guardians. Tomorrow, let's do since it's day before Thanksgiving, we'll do a day of thanks. We'll talk about some stuff, and then we'll do some open lines where you can call in, and we'll talk about what we're thankful for, and all that stuff. We won't complain. We won't complain. We're going to take one day. Well, maybe we'll take 2 days. We'll take 2 days and not complain. Tomorrow and Thursday. So think of how your Thanksgiving would be if Kamala had won. Think about that. Everybody be like, oh my God, I don't even want to cook a turkey. I just want to burn it. It's crazy. The good thing is those who hate Trump, that are your family members that are coming for Thanksgiving, get to come there. Don't gloat. Okay. I don't want you to gloat. Don't want you to cause fights. Barry from Lexington, Alabama. Thank you so much, buddy. George up in here too. Hey Ethel, how you doing? But anyway, see, it's on my squirrel there. But it could be way different. But this time you got people coming in that hate Trump. They may all love Trump. Heck, you may call your turkey, I don't know. I would say call it Kamala, but I wouldn't want to eat it after that. Good Lord. I don't know. But anyways, just be thankful for where we are in our country, because it could be a whole lot worse. We are on the rebound. America is coming back. The heartbeat is getting stronger and stronger every day. And so is the media, their heartbeat, and all these actors and actresses and music people that are, that have thought that America, that we actually had to have their approval And we had to have the heartbeat of these amazing actors and actresses to guide us dumb people on what our political stances should be. And I got news for you. Don't ever. Those type of people never ever want to give me advice on anything because I don't want to accept it. But anyways, yeah, don't gloat, but let the light shine. You better believe it, and let that light be as light on the wall with like a silhouette of Trump's face, and then just let him go. Good Lord. Anyway, my dad would be having a heyday today with all this Trump stuff, because we would be having a Thanksgiving, and that's what it would be about. We'd be like. We'd be roasting the politicians the way we roast these turkeys. But anyways, yeah. Someone says, what do you do for turkey? Well, I'll tell you what I do. I do 2 turkeys. I used to do 3, but don't have the big families like that anymore. The turkey, deep fry, peanut oil. Good stuff. But anyways, here I am talking about food. Good Lord. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on in America. I'm a little late to this because we've had so much stuff going on with my mom. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, I'm going to play you this here. You all have heard this, but I'm still going to play it to you. Just because I want to gloat in Thanksgiving, right? I want to gloat in this because, well, we want to get rid of that because it's just a great time to be alive.
Like Donald Trump, the Justice Department
Here we go.
is an NBC News special report.
Oh, special.
Here's Lester Holt.
Good day. We're coming on the air with breaking news about President-elect Donald Trump. The Justice Department special counsel Jack Smith just filed a motion to dismiss the federal criminal case against the president-elect over his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. The news comes after NBC News learned the Justice Department had been planning to wind down its federal cases against Mr. Trump. It also comes as NBC News learned that Smith and his team plan to resign before Mr. Trump returns to the White House.
Is an NBC
Well, good for
News
them.
special
So what happened here is Big Ball McGraw got himself handed. We knew it was going to happen. We kept saying it was going to happen. I keep saying to you, oh, little grasshoppers in Classroom 101, that, listen, there's going to be a time that the news people are going to have to, they're going to have to tell the truth. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen the way they want to. And the great thing about that, that clip is that Lester Holt, another amazing racist, but Lester Holt had to come on and breaking news. And after all the time that they've said Russia, the dossier, they've all been they've pretty much had a cross, and I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I'm just making a point. They've had a cross that they have made, and they've tried to crucify Trump and the Trumpers and anybody that had any part of that, and including the J6ers that are in jail and have charges against them. I can tell you this right now. There may be a really good chance. Now, before anyone says, oh, it ain't possible, or you said this would happen a long time ago. Well, a little things have changed now. You're starting to see federal prosecutors say, hey, I'm out. I'm dropping all these charges and I'm out. They're out. And they're not out for just because they can't handle it anymore, or just because Trump's coming in. They're stepping down because, one, what they've done has been illegal. They are being dealt with. They are being dealt with. I know that. The other thing is with J6ers. I get people email me all the time, hey, can you help with this? There's this. Because I know they've trumped up so many charges on people, bonds. I'm going to tell you this. There may be a chance that those that are in and I'm saying a really, really strong chance, because it was supposed to happen last year, is the reason why I'm saying this. But now that, I can go ahead and say this. Now that we've officially moved into the Trump new era, the golden age, the golden age, the Bing Crosby's, I'm dreaming, that kind of stuff. The golden age, we all think it's all about money. It's about going back when America loved America. It's about going back when Americans cared about Americans and fought for each other and helped each other. And there's going to be a really strong chance that those that are in jail right now, where J6 are going to be home for Christmas. Now, I'm not saying 100% it's going to happen. I'm saying there's a really strong chance because it's already I've already seen the documents. It's already in the works for J6ers to have everything dropped. And not only that, there is going to be a compensation that is, let me tell you what, hell, sorry, I cussed. But anyways, I wish I was out there at J6. That's all I'm going to say. Because if they went through my butt in jail, of course, I've been out on bail or whatever by now. But the thing is, if they'd done that, then by now, I know that I'm going to be sitting pretty. This time next year, your J6ers that have had to be prosecuted, have had to go to jail, had to have attorneys, pay fees, lose their houses, cars, sell things off. There's going to, they will, and I'm telling you for a fact, they will, this time next year, they will not have a worry for money. And they will look at J6 as, yeah, it was a rough time, but you know what? Dang on it. My wallet feels pretty good right now. There's no way that's going to go undone. It's going to be handled. I've already seen documents on this. I know it's a matter, and it's not as easy as just going to buy a car. Oh, just sign this and take a car. You know, it ain't that easy. There's all kinds of things that are turning. It ain't just one big wheel. Anyway, so I'm kind of reading some of these chats in here. Moderators, you might want to look at some of this stuff. But anyways, we're going to see these things. It's not about it possibly could happen. It's going to happen. And I know there's been a lot of mothers that have reached out to me that have been very concerned, beyond concerned over their children, sons and daughters that have been arrested with J6, all these things. I am telling you now, don't let your hearts be troubled. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. And not only justice, but they're going to be taken care of. They're going to be taken care of. Just remember what I'm saying here. That way, this time next year, when I'm saying, "Hey, we want to do this for Chris, and we'll do that," you can say, "Hey, yeah, it was him that said you're going to get your butt out of the sling, so you need to help out." And I wouldn't mind to have a little Christmas gift. I'm teasing. I'm not asking for anything because I'll get somebody on the chat on YouTube going, "He's out there asking for freebies." No, I'm not. I work for my stuff. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm tired of work getting in the way of my DC time. Daggone it. That's right. But they're going to be sitting in a really pretty place. And the great thing about what I just played you was Lester Holt, of all people, that loves to look concerned. I mean, isn't it crazy that the news, when they come on mainstream media, which I don't really watch them, I just see these things, but when they come on, they always look constipated and miserable and like they are so concerned. I am so concerned right now. Oh, gosh. And they have to have that voice about them. I mean, I'd like to go on NBC Nightly News and go, "Listen here, here's the badass of America, and we're here to tell you the truth. And y'all been sold a bill of lies for years," and just rock the world a little bit. But I'm glad that they're having to tell the truth. That's great. And, of course, speaking of telling the truth, I played you the other day the whole thing, and we went over partially the story of Daystar Television, and that whole shenanigans going on out there. The part 2 is out, part 3 is out on that, and but something that I saw, I'm gonna play you here, and I want a lion Lester. That's right. He reminds me of the ventriloquist doll Lester had when he was a kid, and even they're scared the living crap out of me. These ventriloquist dolls. But, I mean, back when we was kids in the 70s and 80s, like, "Hey, let's get him a ventriloquist doll." Man, it scared the doo-doo out of me, especially at nighttime. You get up to go to the bathroom and you look, and there's like a doll with his eyes fixed on you. You're like, "Ugh." It always made me creep because you always had to stick his hand up his rear end to make him talk. That's sort of like politics. I don't know. But anyways, so Joni Lamb, she comes out and she does her statement, and it's really concerning to me. That one, and I'm going to play you this. That a mother would even, this is, Jonathan Lamb's mom. Now, I had someone to say, "Well, What about him blackmailing his parents? He ain't blackmailing nobody. And for anyone, and I want everyone to hear me loud and clear, anyone to protect a child molester or someone that sexually assaults children, your voice is void to me. There's no, what I want to say here? There is no middle of the road here. There's no middle of the road. And an answer of maybe or an answer of no answer is an answer of you support it. And Joni Lamb come out, did her statement. I'm going to play it. I'll let you hear it, and then I'll address this woman.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I wanted to take a few minutes today to speak from my heart to the Daystar family and friends. Recently, Daystar made the decision to terminate my son, Jonathan Lamb's employment. That decision was not taken lightly. It followed a 15-month review of Jonathan's performance and his refusal to take any steps to satisfy a detailed performance improvement plan put in place.
Let me stop here real quick. This terminology she's using is corporate terminology. ITIL is what they call it, ITIL. That is actually the European way of doing business. And these corporations have taken this on. Now, the wording she's using is very, very meticulously written by a corporate person. Anyway.
He also refused my offer to participate in a formal mediation to resolve grievances in a biblical and professional manner.
Let me stop here. Tell me where in the Bible it tells you how to biblically handle someone molesting your child. Let me ask you that right there. You show me in the Bible where it says how to handle them. Don't throw me. Well, you got to forgive 70 times 7. Okay. You show me where in the Bible it says how to handle a sexual assault with someone. That you walk in. This is what happened. They walk in and this guy is sexually assaulting their 5-year-old child. You tell me where in the Bible that it gives you how to handle that. I'm going to be honest with you before I play the rest of this. There would be no Bible in the decision that I would make after I saw that. The Bible would not even come into play. Now, I hope you understand this. Now, for those of you that are strictly religious people, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm telling you, the reason why America has had so much stuff going, especially with kids and also it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. But the reason why it's happened too, even in the religious realm, is because we have taken the back road of turn the other cheek and we got to offer forgiveness. These people have a soul. I am much worried about my child's mental stability and being able to, and I'm going to be very brutal here, very brutal. I am much worried about if my child had went through that, is one, their mental stability, and then them having some serious therapy. I would not take into consideration that person's soul. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? I would take in the thought of their soul after the child had been dealt with. But why is it that when something like this happens, we always, especially the religious community, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus here, so I'm just throwing this out there because it's how I feel. This is my show. Say what I want. You know what I'm saying? Don't like it, kiss my crack. But how we always dismiss the ones that are hurt because we want to we got to make sure that their soul is saved. But then what happens is we turn around and we have a bunch of people that are mentally unstable not just in church, but in our communities because we did not deal with these things. I would much rather my child be mad at me for beating the hell out of somebody and taking their teeth and putting it in a jar and sitting it on the mantle for the rest of our life as a memorial or as as my trophy of, hey, what's that? And people come over to the house, hey, what's that from? Well, that's from the person that tried to assault my kid, took their teeth out with a pair of pliers and put it in a cup, set it up there. Oh my God, DC, it's brutal. That's just brutal. Well, don't mess with my kids. But we have taken it for so long, and we've been like, hey, let's worry. They have a soul. We can't walk in error of them. We have to forgive them. We have to handle them with kid gloves because someone has done it to them. That's why they're doing it. No, absolutely not. You deal with the problem. You deal with who did it. You deal with the problem. You make sure that the child is 100% taken care of. And who gives a crap about the other person? And I'm dead serious. I'm dead dog serious. And if you're really, really, really worried about the person's soul that did this to the kids, then bring them to church, strap them to the altar. Do it like the old days. Do it. You really want to do it like what Jesus did? Take them in there. Pray over them. Take them out behind the building and stone them. Or everybody take a big old bamboo stick and beat the tar out of them. And that still ain't enough. It still ain't enough. But and I know I'm ticking a lot of people off right now. And guess what? Congratulations. I'm thankful that you're taking this and getting mad. But it's okay. Because it's the daggone truth. It's the daggone truth. And what we are seeing, you're seeing a major Christian news station outlet, whatever you want to call it, that has become a religious monster that is protecting things they shouldn't protect. Let me go on here.
Rather than take any steps to improve his performance at Daystar, it seems clear now that Jonathan was focused on fabricating a smear campaign.
Stop here. Fabricating his job performance. The job performance was that he refused to come in and sign a non-disclosure agreement with them. We played the audio the other day that Jonathan had recorded the whole conversation of them saying, your mother wants you to come in and sign an NDA, and then we'll be okay. But if you don't come in here and sign this, saying that you're going to keep it quiet, that your kid was sexually assaulted, then we have no choice. And that is your choice that you've resigned and you've stepped away and you quit. Oh, no, I'm not quitting, he says. I'm not going to quit. Oh, yes, if you don't come in. So what? And I did. I got somebody that emailed me and says, well, you're taking up for him and he's blackmailing them. Kiss my crack, dude. Kiss my crack.
You see, Jonathan was extremely disappointed that he was not named the future president of Daystar following the death of his father and my husband, Marcus Lamb, despite the fact that Marcus had given a clear directive to the family and to the board that I would succeed him as president.
Okay. She is turning this now. And the sad part is people will listen to this and go, oh, gosh, she's exactly right. She's exactly right. I've got something for you. This ain't nothing new, what I'm going to say. How about this? How about tell the freaking truth? How about own up to your errors and move on and fix them and move on? How about that? But what happens is she has to protect her shiny little butt and her precious little network that she is willing to throw her child under the bus publicly to millions of people, which tells me this. Everything that Jonathan said is true. And I'll tell you why. Because if she is willing to do that to her own blood, then she would do it to her own granddaughter.
Jonathan's disappointment in not getting his way only deepened when I married Dr. Doug Weiss, who has been such a blessing to me, the rest of my family, and Daystar. I can tell you that as a mother, as a grandmother, this situation saddens me deeply, and it grieves my heart because I love my family. I love all my children. I love my grandchildren. I love the work we've done together for so many years. And I had hoped that we could have resolved the situation in private. But now, Jonathan has given me no choice except to speak out. Everyone knows that we have dedicated our lives to spreading the love of Jesus, and to see it attacked by my son Jonathan and his wife is truly heartbreaking. I want to assure you that all the allegations that are circulating against myself and my late husband are completely false. We have already begun to take legal steps to defend ourselves, and we will address the accusations in a God-honoring way. We stand firm in our faith, knowing
a God-honoring way would just be truthful. Just be truthful. Because now that he went to the law. He went to the law. It ain't the first time he's been to the law. But he's went to the law with this stuff. And now she's trying to protect that and to do her thing. Why not be truthful? If you preach that people need forgiveness, grace, and mercy, that's the thing. Oh, we got to show everyone grace and mercy. And I said it the other day, why is it that all the churches, people have affairs? I get it. People have affairs. They'll fornicate, whatever you want to call it. I don't even care. But those are unforgivable sins in the church, except for if you're a drug rehabber, because, you just had such a rough life. That's what I'm talking about.
that God is with us, and his purpose for Daystar is far greater than any present challenge we may be facing. While this attack is very painful and wrong, I know that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against a spiritual enemy who seeks to destroy and divide no matter what the cost. I want to ask you for your prayers. Thank you for your continued love and support. Our team here at Daystar will keep you updated. Again, thank you for your prayers.
And by the way, if you don't mind, can you send me $1,000 seed, because God's going to bless you because of that $1,000 seed, or $500, or whatever you do. God's going to bring you out of debt. But I'll tell you what, if you do a $1,500 seed today and put it on your credit card, God's going to bring you out of debt. I've been saying this for months. We already are seeing, but you're going to continue to see religious people, religious leaders, religious everything. Those that have been screwballs are going to be dealt with. And it's going to be twofold. It's going to be law and order, and it's going to be God. And what the law and order does, I kind of think it's going to be a little bit more sharper than what God's going to do. No, I'm not saying the law is more powerful than God, so no, we don't say that. I'm saying that it's going to be a pretty crappy day for some. It really is. So, whatever. And it is crappy. And for those that, and there'll be people that email me when I say the word retarded, said someone's email, oh, my kid is this, and can't believe you would say that. And, whatever. You can walk on pins and needles with everybody all day long. I'm not going to do it. I mean, grow up. Grow the frick up. And when I say that about the drug rehabbers, oh my gosh, I can't believe you would say that. Because the epidemic in America is absolutely horrifying. It's pretty bad when you drive down the street and people are standing there to stop at the edge of the street, slumped over. And it's sad. It's not funny. It's sad. And there are two people to blame for this. Y'all ready? Our government and our churches. It is. It's our fault. It's our fault. Because if we were actually building our communities instead of building villages in Africa, we'd have a different thing here. It'd be different. Perfect example, my mom. Y'all have asked about her. I'll tell you about that. Been trying to figure out where she can go to, because she's not coming home, and trying to get her stable to where she can hospital, all that stuff. Anybody knows hospital stuff, you know that it's a big crap show. Trying to get her somewhere. So we get this big list. Here's all the places that she can go. Here's the place she can go. She can get help and do this and do that. Because she needs therapy. She needs all kinds of stuff. They just want her out of there. They want her out of there because they can't kill her. Seriously. That's hospital is good for you these days. But anyways, so they give us a big list. We go through the list, and the list has 1 stars on everything pretty much. Not pretty much. It is 1 stars, which means they have crappy ass service. So we start looking at the different things that they have the 1 star for. It's elderly abuse. It's all, it goes on and on and on. And when someone gets mad at me when I say the drug rehabbers, I have no problem with them getting themselves right and being successful and being a great part in our communities. Have no problem with that. But my aunt was in a nursing home, and we get a phone call one day and says, hey, we'll let you know she was taken to the hospital for fentanyl overdose. Fentanyl. And we're like, okay. How? She can't hardly use her hands. She can't lift up her arms. She's bedbound. She cannot walk. Hadn't walked in 2 years. How in the world does she? And they are we're opening up an investigation on her of how she got fentanyl in this nursing home. Well, we couldn't take anything in there because they've had it closed down for like 3 months because of freaking COVID. So I did my own little investigation. And then I called them. I said, listen here, you buttholes. The reason why she was overdosed with fentanyl is because one of your crackheads up in there that you're hiring, because the hiring pool just sucks across America right now. Because kids haven't been taught the value of a dollar, how to read a watch, how to count money, none of that stuff. You want money? Go cut some lawns. Go shovel some snow. Go work at a farm, pick up some cow poop or something. I don't know. Make you some money. Legit. But they can't do that. So what they do is when these people come out of these, they go through a little bit of therapy, and then they put them on Suboxone or whatever it is, and then they take them out there and put them in these homes. They put them out these are the people taking care of your loved ones, just so you know. This isn't just like a one. Trust me, I've done scenarios or not scenarios. I've done percentages, and it's straight across America. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's scary. And so they're going to open up an investigation on my aunt because she has overdosed on fentanyl. And they wonder how she got it in there. Well, the long story short was after we did our checking around and going through things, about 50% of their people that they got in there are people that are currently in these rehabilitation homes, taking care of our loved ones, that are not there to take care, that they're not there because they want to be there. They're there because they have to be there, because the laws tell them they have to be there. You have to work a job. You have to do this. And not only that, they're there before that. And then also they're there just for the money, because when the weekend comes, they're going to get a fix. Because even the drug houses, the rehabilitation houses, are all scams. They are. They've been scamming the government for quite a while now. Oh, it's a free paycheck, man. We'll get 40 people. We'll put them in one bedroom. God, it'll be like the Mexicans. Put them all in there and charge them X amount of dollars a day to stay here, and X amount of dollars a day for food, and still be collecting big checks off the government. So long story short, one of the druggers come in there that was taking care of her, and either had fentanyl on their clothes or something, and when they leaned across of her, they brushed up against her face, and she breathed it in and overdosed. So we moved her to a different place. But that's what I'm talking about. I don't have a grudge against people that have had drug problems or anything like that. My grudge is when they don't get help the way they should, or they get help and then they want to just continue to ask for society to just bail them out. That's why I'm very strong on organizations and churches. If your community sucks and you have a high crime rate, stop putting your money into other countries and other places. Put it in your own area. That's just how it is. And the sad thing about the Daystar thing is people will still go, well, sort of like the old Democrats. I've been a Democrat all my life. My mama was a Democrat. I got to vote Democratic. Be the same one. Well, even though they've done things, God is merciful, God is graceful. No, you're part of the problem for believing that. Because yes, he's merciful. Yes, he's graceful. Yes, he's all these things, forgiveness, all this. I mean, I get it. But you cannot continue to support those things. And if Joni will turn around and throw her kid under the bus, she will sure as hell throw her granddaughter in the bus. And that's what they've done. And that's just one small, like 1% of the things that are coming out. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm reading some of these chats here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, my mom has sores on her now too. It's crazy. The whole healthcare system thing is just nuts. And so prior to the show, I've been on the phone with caseworkers and insurance and all kinds of stuff. But we'll figure it out. It's all good. You know, I'm not going to leave my mom just getting crappy care. Good Lord. You know that ain't going to happen. Anyway, so yeah. God bless America. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And for those that'll go, well, he just downs the church all the time. Let me tell you something. I was raised strict Pentecostal. Very strict Pentecostal. I mean, we didn't have TV in our home. Couldn't go swimming, especially with chicks in the pool. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know, little DC, he's 8 years old. If he gets in the pool and there's a girl in there, oh, boy, it's going to be bad. Just bad. You know, overly protecting. It's amazing. We go from overly protecting our kids to not protecting them now. Unbelievable. And I was raised very strict, just so the ones that want to email me, hey, you talking about church. I was raised very strict. I'm talking like strict. Like we had church when there was no restrooms. That's what I'm talking about. Like outhouses. Yeah, trust me, they still exist. Outhouses. And not only that, no air conditioner. I mean, people come to church and good Lord, I wish church back then was the way it is now. People just want to get in there and be there for 1 hour and out. But we went in there and we was like there for practice, you know, music, you know, all that stuff. And you're like, oh my God. And no air conditioning in the building. It's 105 outside. And then, and you know, like, oh, and they're like, pull the windows open. Let's put some screens in there. I'm like, oh my God. You know, I'll tell you a funny story. Not that you asked, but I'll tell you. Because it's my show. But anyways, I may have told you before, but anyways, one time my dad's church had outhouses. And every time, every service, this lady, and I'm not knocking anybody, good God, she was a large lady and her son, they would both get up and go outside, walk around to the back side of the church. You know, that's where the outhouse was. Although it was attached to the church. Ooh, you know, my mom back then, it was hilarious. We made fun of her because she was like, oh, we got to make this restroom look good. I'm like, it's a freaking outhouse. Good God. Oh, no, let's put some home interior in here. Let's put some nice paneling in here. And I'm like, oh, my God, it's a crapper. I mean, on a piece of concrete. Give me a break. But anyway, so they go out there every time. And after a couple of months, I was like, good God, what takes them so long, number one? These are the church stories, okay? So, like, what takes them so long when they go out there? My God, I mean, surely she ain't that constipated. Good Lord. So, me being as, you know, not bad, but just, you know, I was fun-loving. Fun-loving. Like to have a good time. So, I was like, I'm going to go see where it is. So, I walked out there, peeked around the corner of the building, and I was like, oh, my God. And I was raised strict Pentecostal. I was like, oh, my gosh. The door's open. And the one boy's standing out there with his arms folded going, yeah, Mom, I know. And they're having a conversation while she's taking a dump. I was like, oh, my gosh, these people are rednecks, man. It's crazy. So I go back inside, and I'm sitting there, and I start giggling. It was one hole. I start giggling, and I'm like, oh, man. So the mischievousness part of me comes out. I'm like, So I go outside, and I walk around the other side of the church. And I'm coming around the back side of the church, except the problem is it's fall. So all the leaves are out, and they're real dried and crunchy. So I start trying to scoot. I tried to walk, but it's like, and every time I'd walk and make that noise, the conversation would stop. So it's like, well, I'll scoot my feet. So I scoot my feet as quiet as can. Took me a good 10 minutes to get somewhere I could have gotten like 30 seconds. But anyways, I get there, and I'm standing at the edge of the building, right around where the outhouse is. And I'm listening to them just carry on this conversation. So I was like, grab some leaves, went, rattled them up. rattle him up. He goes, Mom, don't say nothing. Something's out there. Oh, gosh. There ain't nothing out there. See, I told you today was squirrel day. It's probably a squirrel or something, or a deer. No, it's not. Somebody's out there. No, it's not. Okay. So they start talking again. So I grab some more leaves and rub them. Mom, I'm telling you, something's out there. Now, when I tell you this outhouse is like a 3x3 room, like 3 feet by 3 feet. I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God. So then I was like, So I jump out and went, boo. That's all I did. That dude, he's like 250, 300 pounds. That dude levitated. I'm not lying. I wish I had cameras back then or a phone. That sucker levitated. You know, like those cartoons or like Scooby-Doo when they levitate in the air and their feet are going running. That dude, exactly that. Boom. And he leaped as he levitated. He was inside the outhouse with his mama, 3x3 room, and pulled the door behind him with his foot. I don't know how in the world the sucker did it, but I went crazy laughing. Then my big buck took off running. So I took off running. And I ran inside and sat down. And I looked up, and my dad happened to make eye contact with me. And I knew my ass was grass. Because he knew I was up to something no good. A few minutes later, here they come walking in. She's still trying to get her girdle, taking care of her slip, whatever it is. And he's like, somebody's out there. Someone's out there. We're just laughing. Of course, then after church, my dad beat my tail in for me. Was a UPC? No. But I know what that is. But no, but that's the funny church story. That's one of them. That's just one of them. Good Lord. I had another. I was a bad kid. I was a good kid, but I was a bad kid. I just didn't put up with fake people. The same boy that I did that to. He was in this revival. Talking about the old school revival services where they'd be like, go for days and days in the heat. Everybody's sweating and everything. Oh, we're going to baptize people. Let's take them to the creek. Or let's take them to the river. Not that I cared about that, but anyways. And then finally, when we got high tech, we actually got our baptismal tanks. And we got inside restrooms. But anyways, so had this guy preaching. Always wanted to lay hands on. This is when the whole Benny Hinn thing was rolled around. Everybody wanted to shove everybody. And they put everybody up front for everybody's going to get hands on them and pray for them. Going to get the anointing oil on them. And I looked at my friend. I was like, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing it. You got to, man. They called everybody up here. I said, I'm about to find out if this guy's really of God or not. He goes, oh, crap. What are you going to do? I said, well, just, you can give a courtesy drop if you want, but I'm not. He's like, okay, whatever. So we're standing there and he's, my friend's next to me. They pray for him. He bounces back and he comes back. He don't do a full courtesy drop, but he's back there. And he comes back up. And then when they get to me, of course, the evangelist, he's looking at me. He's like, oh, grab the oil. When they go to pray for me, they want to grab like 7 vials of oil and dump them on my head and, that kind of stuff. I'm like, why am I always the one? Maybe it's just because I was just bad. But anyways, he goes to put his hands on me. And when he does it, I looked him in the eye. True story. I looked him in the eye and I went, and that dude, that preacher about pooped his pants. And he goes, oh, God. And he ran away from me. And I looked at my friend and said, see, I told you. Is he the guy from God or not? He goes, dude, you're going to hell. And I was like, no, I'm not. But that's the kind of stuff I did. But you know what? The guy never put hands on me again. And they never messed with me again. And it was just a joke. I mean, it wasn't like I was possessed or anything. I was just, trying to goof around. But anyway. Whatever. I used to tease people, say, when I go get baptized, I'm putting Alka-Seltzer in my pockets. That way when I start foaming, they're like, oh my gosh. Or put one in my mouth and come up out of the water going, foaming like, I got mad cow disease. Oh, God. Anyway, sorry, guys. Yeah. Squirrel day. Anyway, let's get back to the good old days. Yeah. So anyways, much prayers for Jonathan Lamb and his wife Susie and their family that they can get this stuff it'll never be resolved. I will tell you that. Never be resolved because of people don't want to own up to their issues. Anyway, Some other things that are happening in America. T.D. Jakes, hadn't heard about that. Don't really care about that much anymore because we're going to see more people like that take a fall. Marvin Sapp was one of them that did a couple weeks ago. He was another one that collapsed. I'm not saying he's bad because, I don't say he's bad at all. I like him. But you're just going to start seeing these things happen. We're going to switch to Trump here. So some of the things, we all know Trump is a boss. We all know that he farts and the waves outside of Mar-a-Lago just, spread apart. I'm being sarcastic, but anyways, he gets things done. But a day after Trump announced tariffs on Mexico, the Mexican president said no more caravans to the U.S. border. It's amazing. It's amazing that just a stern word, and just when people realize that you can't push people over or they can't push you over, then they'll start respecting. What's the old saying? Respect is earned. It's not just given. That's why people don't respect your views, and people don't respect, But when you start saying, "Hey, I don't care what you got to say. You don't respect me. I'm not respecting you. I'll do it." But a day after Trump announced he's putting tariffs on Mexico, that Mexican president says, "Hey, no more caravans going to the U.S. border here," because you know what? He knows he'll have to pay. He knows it. I know some other things in politics. They got Kamala saying she's eyeing California. Maybe I'll go back into politics in California. I say let her go in politics on Epstein Island. Let her do it there. Or go where, what's her name is? What's that Fruit Loop's name? Ellen DeGeneres. That one. Put her where she's at. And, and we are starting to see an exit of we like to call them bad actors, but, well, they really are bad actors. They suck. But, actors and people that had part of Diddy, more of that's going to be coming out in 2 weeks with the Diddy. That'll be something that's really going to be, that's not even over yet. That's nowhere near it. Let's see here. I'm going to answer someone in here in the chat for those on the radio. Someone's asking me, says, oh my gosh, a lady had bath bombs in her pocket when she got baptized. Oh my Lord, that's funny. I'd be laughing my head off. Okay, what about Greg Locke? I don't know much about him. I've seen some stuff online. I saw his video to where he was saying that he would give money back. People didn't like blah, 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 and they wanted their money back, and then he lawyered up. Let me say this. A lot of people have a really misconception of even churches, because they'll give, and they have this whole thing, we're giving unto the Lord, and I get it. I totally get it. Totally get it. It's nonprofit, also, I get it. But the thing is this. If you're giving to something and they're not proving what they're doing with it, you have every right to ask for it back legally. And I think churches, they went underneath this umbrella for so long of just, hey, we're just, we don't have to answer to nobody. Our church board does this and everything is silent. We just tell you how much money we brought in. Oh yeah, all the great things we've done this year, but we don't have no really accountability to the people that give the money. We employ people, we do this, but we don't, every corporation has to do that. See, that's why the church has been in hot water with the IRS, because of non-accountability. Oh, but we're nonprofit. We don't have to. They don't want your money. They just want the accountability, and people don't want to do that. And when you get up and I'm addressing Greg Locke here, because I don't know the man personally, don't know anything about it, just know from what I saw. If you get up and you personally say, hey, if you don't like, and another thing, you don't get up and call me a devil or anything like that, I'm going to meet you out back and show you what a devil is. Don't you publicly get on there and start blasting people unless you want your ass kicked. That's not just by me, it's by anybody. Because at some point, you're going to say it to the wrong person, and your little bodyguards are not going to be enough to handle. Because trust me, adrenaline is a monster. And I can have 4 or 5 guys in front of me, and if I got enough adrenaline, they all going to get the biggest ass beating they ever had in their life. Maybe more than that. It's no lie. And these religious leaders need to realize that they're not on the pedestal. The people are, it's the man of God. We got to, and I get the respect that you're trying to give, but you also have got to have a middle of the road here and be like, hey, wait a minute. There's got to be accountability. And if you're going to get up and throw out a challenge of, hey, if you don't like what we're doing, you tell us exactly how much money we've given you and we'll just pay you back. You better do it. You better do it. And you got a little bit of hot water there going on. That's all I know about that one. Let's see here. People help one-on-one. Yep. All right. So anyways, and then you got former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, has announced that he is going to run for mayor of New York City. I don't care how many people that are, first of all, he's a douchebag. Okay, that's just it. He's douche canoe. And I don't care, even if bad actors, I'm going to just continue to call them bad actors. Because if I call them, I'm going to call them jackasses. If he jackasses still want to run, let them run. If they win, let them win. Because the more that they continue to try to infiltrate and try to keep their claws in the government, I don't think you understand how huge the Trump administration is to America. Okay, stop. Somebody put in here in the chat, says, I know that Kim Clement's daughter goes to his church, but I don't know much else. Well, she very well may. I know people that go to other churches and travel because they're booked. When they're booked, they go there for they don't go there because they support the person. They go there because they're getting paid. That's how that works. Sort of like these guys with jets. Jesse Duplantis is one of them. He's my favorite comedian, guys. I'm telling you what, he can tell some serious jokes. And everybody else is thinking he's telling Bible stories, but I'm just like, he's funny. But anyways, like him, he don't come to the church for free. He may come in, but he's going to take up an offering. He's going to make sure he gets 100% of it, and he takes it back with him on his jet. Nothing is free in America. But anyways, Andrew Cuomo, Cuomo, Bomo, Domo, whatever his name is. He can run for office. I don't care if he does. Hope he kind of wins, just because of the fact that I know that Trump is going to sock it to him. Also, on top of that, you got the U.S. military planning on occupying Fiji in response to threats from China in the Pacific region. We're going to see more and more of this. We're going to see more and more of this. We're going to see more and more of Russia and Ukraine and Israel and all this. I got in a little fussy argument with somebody the other day over Israel. I believe we should support Israel. We should, God's chosen people. I hate him. I'm trying not to sound very sarcastic, but it just really gets on my nerves. We always have, and I told somebody, it's like, oh, well, we really got to stand by Israel. I said, well, you know what? Then Israel don't need to pick fights with people and then expect America to come bail them out or any other country. Israel is playing the race card, if you want to call it that. It's sort of like the black card. Oh, well, I'm black because I got to vote for Kamala because I'm black. Or you're white, so you're going to vote for Trump. Or it's that kind of thing. I'm sick of that. You know what? Everybody just needs to act frickin' right. Act decent. Where happened, and that's funny. Oh, but we got to show the love of Christ. Then you know what? If Israel is God's country, and then those people need to start showing the love of Christ. But if somebody comes up on the turf to bomb them, then they need to, put explosives in their G.I. Joe walkie-talkies and take care of it. I get it. Take care of your stuff. But America is not the answer for every country, and America's money is not the answer for every country. But what needs to happen, and what is going to happen, is you're going to see less and less funds start funneling out of our country and start funneling back into our economies, into this country, and bringing America back to a true gold standard. And I'm fine with that. I don't, and I say this all the time. I don't care what Russia does unless they try to nuke us. Outside of that, I don't care who they fight. Ukraine has had enough money from us and enough of butt kissing from America and the Biden administration to that country and to Zelensky. I don't care what happens there. I don't. I'll be honest with you, I'm tired of hearing about it on the news. I'm tired of hearing about it on TikTok. Oh, we'll go out there, World War III. They're going to get Russia. They're going to do this. They're going to get us involved. You know what? Russia needs to either take out Ukraine completely, to where it's nothing but a big dump site, or either Ukraine needs to do it to Russia. Okay? Get rid of it. Be done with it. But quit all this squeezing each other's titties all the time. Be done with it. I mean, it's sort of like two kids in high school. I'm going to do the nipple twist. I mean, seriously, titty twister. That's what they're doing all the time. But they're using America's money to do it. Be done with it. You want peace? You want peace? Everybody's like, we've got to have peace. We just got to have peace. You know what needs to happen? These people need to have an all-out. If they're going to have war, daggone it, take a whole month, if it takes a month, and have all-out war. Let them do it. Let them kick each other's tail ends until they can't fight anymore. And then you know what? Then they're going to be worn out from either fighting or they're just not going to exist anymore. And we can move on with our lives. But it's time to stop the paychecks going there. Is Russia on our side? It depends on what you mean on our side, because Russia, I don't think Putin is as bad as what we think, but at the same time, they're opportunists. They're opportunists. We've seen that. They'll use anything that we do or anybody else to say, to always threaten war. That's why I'm saying if Ukraine has a hard on to take out Russia and Russia has a hard on to take out Ukraine, then by God, by all means, have it out. Have it out. Be done with it. Be done with it. And then I know, here we go. Oh, but there's innocent people there. You know what? They should have already left the first time they got bombed. It ain't going to take me 3 years of getting my butt bombed all the time to go, well, I think I probably need to leave here. The first time it goes off, I'm like, I'm out of here. Even if I have to walk or if I have to steal a motorcycle or whatever it is, or steal somebody's camel. I don't know what it is I have over there, but whatever. And so, and you have to understand this with the Jewish people. It is not just, well, they're Jews. They have a year-round tan. No, you have African Jews. You have Korean Jew. You have all kinds of different, you just have all kinds. And I was going to say this a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to tell you this right now. And I'm really going to blow a lid off this. If you really want to stop a lot of sex trafficking, you ready? I know I'm really going to piss a lot of people off, but guess what? That's what I do. And I'm very proud of it. But here's the thing. If you really want to stop sex trafficking in America, shut down your synagogues. I said it. Shut them down. Because over and over and over, federal agents, U.S. Marshals have had to go in and destroy synagogues in America. I ain't blowing shit up your butt either. I'm telling you the absolute truth. Had to go in, and because in these synagogues, there are tunnels and tunnels and tunnels. And what do you think they're there for? Mattresses in there. Mattresses in there. Because, you know what? They've been sex trafficking. Now, is everybody doing that? No. But I'm telling you right now, you want to shut some of this stuff? That's why I'm telling you. A lot of people can't handle the truth. Oh, my God. You know how many people are going to be mad at me that I said that? My Jewish friends won't, because they all know. Especially in New York City. New York City's been bad about it. That you think they're going in there to pray and do that, and, oh, it's a sacred place. How can it be a sacred place when they have sex trafficked kids through these places? And not only that, had mattresses where they've had sex with these kids. But yet, walk around. I'm going to go all in. You know, I can't help it. Walk around with the Word of God, the Torah, strapped to their forehead and their hair hanging off their butt. And also the prayer shawl on them that smells like they've urinated in it for 6 years because they haven't washed it. And they walk around dirty like that. Yep, I'm saying it. Yes, absolutely. And before someone, but you're talking about Jesus, people. I seriously doubt Jesus walked around like that. I seriously doubt he walked around unclean. And always walking around with an attitude like he was everything. He didn't do that. Not having a sense of humor. No, he had a sense of humor. He had a sense of humor, or he never would have went to the wedding and And he's sitting there drinking the wine, and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus, we have no more wine." And Jesus, what's he say? Go get the basins at the door. For those of you that know, you know that the basins at the door, what they're for. Because when you walk in the house, you take your shoes off and you wash your feet in the basins. And then you go take the basins, and he turns the water to wine, and then sends it up there, and you go send word back to Jesus that he saved the best for last. Know what you've done, my friend, is Jesus played a joke on you. You're drinking the toe jam of your servants. I know it's a little hard for some of you to swallow what I'm saying, but it's the absolute truth. And I can say that because I know for a fact. Seen it. It's disheartening when America, when everything, and I can't tell you, it's all going to hit. It's all going to hit. I told you there's going to be a revival in America after there is an inauguration. Not sure when that's going to start, but I'll tell you it'll be probably a week or two long. And that revival is not what you're thinking. You're thinking of, oh, we're going to dance around. There's going to be gold flakes flying from the sky and money in my bank account that Trump just magically threw up in there, and woo, all my bills are paid. No, it ain't that. It's called a revival of truth, which means religion's coming down. Those that have been crooked in ways are being exposed and coming down. What you're seeing now with religious things is just, it's not even 1%. 1%. And what's going to happen? This is DC's perspective. Not that you've asked, but it's free. Is the fact of this. For so long, you had the church with the steeple. You know, church with the steeple, open up, see all the people. Oh, hallelujah. All those things. And you're going to see that. That's what it used to be. And then we moved from that to, hey, people don't want to come to a church that looks traditional. So we got to be seeker sensitive. So let's build a metal building, slap a sign on it, put some coffee out front, some donuts, make people feel comfortable. Say, hey, you can come in your underwear if you want to. We don't care. Wear your Walmart attire. It don't matter. That's fine. Y'all do that. But I believe what's happening is the spirit in America that has been, let's just be open to all. God is not pleased. And not only that, you're going to see churches return back. Like your old country churches, they're going to see revivals like no one's ever thought. You know, the old time. You know, old time where people actually wanted a touch from God and not just a goosebump. And I would tell my mom as one. I would ask her one time. I was like, "Why do you always, when you go to church, you say, Lord, I'm praying for a touch from God?" Because, DC, I want a touch from God. I said, okay, but why ask for a touch when you can ask for complete healing? Because if he didn't touch you, you'd never be able to walk in the building. See, our expectations for all that is so low. If God is who we believe he is, if his word says, greater things shall you do when I'm gone, show me where they're happening. Because we went the opposite direction. Whether America likes it or not, there's going to be a revival. And that revival is going to be people coming back to the steeple. And it is. And not only that, those that have been raw and that have used religion for the nastiness that they've done over the years, it's coming down. It's coming down like the walls of Jericho. It's coming down. Anyway, you didn't ask for that, but this is what it is. Happy Thanksgiving, right? Yeah. Going to have preachers that preach Christ and crucify with him. Yeah, absolutely. Since we're on this, not that you've asked, but anyway, someone's probably, I remember going to the church and, man, they scared the poop out of me for like Easter. I mean, seriously, they literally had a guy that would walk down there and they literally beating his back and I'm like, good God, man, this is like terror. It was like terror. It was crazy, crazy stuff. But you know what? Some people evidently need that. I don't need that. It made me have nightmares. Anyways, Donald Trump posted a post that says, will the failing New York Times apologize to its readers for getting years of Trump coverage? I'm telling you, the news is, when I say news, not just TV news, newspapers, all these are going to have to start refixing things. Sort of like The View is having to do with all their corrections they've been doing the past couple weeks. Will the failing New York Times apologize to its readers for getting years of Trump coverage so wrong? They write such phony junk knowing full well how incorrect it is. They know how incorrect it is. They just do it for views and people to buy is what they do because it's good for business, right? Knowing full well how incorrect it is, only meaning to demean, it's a third-rate, has third-rate writers, fourth-rate intellects. This is awesome. This is how you chop things down without really hurting people. You just really call it the way they are. What he's saying is they're incompetent and they're ridiculous. And he goes on to say that they write story after story that are always terrible, and yet they just can't do it. They do no fact checking because facts don't matter to them. And that's part of the problem. The news has thought that it's just been the king of the hill because everybody has to have us, that we can lie, say whatever we want, and they just have to accept it. And they'll just believe. We don't even have to tell them that it's even true. We'll just make something up and they have to believe it. And if they don't believe it, no big deal. But 90% of people do, because people still go, well, how was Trump able to do this if he ain't the president? Because MSNBC said whatever. But anyways, he goes and say, I don't believe I've had a legitimately good story in the New York Times for years, and yet I have won. Boom. And not only won, but I've won in record fashion. The most consequential presidential election in decades. Where's this apology? Where is it? There will be a day, little grasshoppers, that there will be a day that they have to tell the truth. They're going to have to. It's going to have to. Donald Trump Jr. said that that on X that his father would rather see an independent journalist in the White House. I think it's fantastic. We need an independent journalist up in there, but we don't need to see someone that's just wacko. We need someone that's not afraid and speak out. But we need an independent White House journalist, not one that's Republican, not one that's Democrat. It's almost impossible because someone's either going to swing to the Democratic or swing to Republican, and I get that. But Don Jr. says he would love to see Joe Rogan in the White House press briefing. I think we're going to see when Trump is actually his residency in the White House itself. I think we're going to see we're no longer going to see him come in there and be disrespected the way it was the last time with the news people, talking to him like a dog, interrupting him, disrespecting him. I think those days are over. I think there's enough journalists now that are going to go in there and be like, no, my career is over if I go in here and do this stuff. And if someone does that, they'll probably all get backhanded or something. But, Donald J. Trump, one of the other things he's saying, I think it's great, is he's calling for term limits on the Senate and the House. 6 years in the Senate, 12 years in the House. I would say 6 and 6. Get them out of there. All these old bats that have been in there for years that have done nothing for your states except rape, rob, and destroy them. I think it's time, and he's going to do it. If he is posting or he's saying, I would like to see this, that means it's going to happen. It's going to happen because it's like I said, it's sort of like the mob. The mob is like, hey, that concerns me. Well, if they say it concerns them, that means it's really bad. If they say, I'm extremely concerned over this, that means take care of that. If you know what I mean. I'm not saying he's mobster. I'm saying he's been around it. Anyway, another great thing here on Play here, because I'm just thankful, right? there's a speaker that's talking about, and it's Harvard. There's a woke Harvard student, and she says some things, and this guy just handed her a butt. So here we go.
Let's go over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, thank you very much for being here. My name is Jane Peterson. I'm a second-year MPP student here at the Kennedy School. And I wanted to ask, since the last time you've been here was in 2016, I wanted to ask a question about your job as a White House spokesperson. In that role, you said things that were often pretty audacious, often caused people to question things that they have seen with their own eyes. And so I'm curious, in that role, I was always wondering whether it was a survival response in what seemed like it was a very chaotic White House, or was it a strategy? So was it strategy or was it survival? You know, all the bantering with journalists, the alternative facts, was it strategy or was it survival?
Do you know what alternative facts meant?
I'm aware.
Can you please explain it for us? So tell the person who uttered it on her third Sunday show the day looking into a blank camera and then immediately said what I meant.
Well, we could also do other examples. I mean,
No, you can answer the question though. You have to be fair. You're not going to go back 8 years and do that.
Well, I asked you a question about your role in the White House.
You gave me two choices. You gave me two choices and they're both inaccurate.
So alternative facts, I'm assuming mean...
Oh, you're assuming. Go ahead. I've talked about it in many interviews. I wrote a whole book about it.
It's interesting that you decide to come here and know that you're going to be accepting questions from students, and yet...
Okay, so then I'll answer it. Thank you for your question. I gave you a good chance there, and it's a great chance for you because I don't need any more airtime. I get plenty of it. So I think your choices were survivor's response. That's rich. Or since you know nothing about me. Or banter. What was it? Something else silly.
I said strategy or survival.
Strategy.
Not survivor's response.
How about trying it? First of all, my job was counselor to the president. I said no to press secretary 42 minutes after President Trump was elected. He offered me that job. He said, you'd be great at that. I said, I would be terrible at that. I'm not even sure what they do. Some days I'm still not sure. Clearly I'm not sure after these 4 years. The border's secure. President Biden is behind the scenes. He's a trapeze artist and a triathlete. You just can't see it. So I hope you take these same concerns to the people who have lied to your face for 4 years in this administration, all the way to this crushing defeat of a sitting vice president who could have been the first female president of color in our nation's history, but instead had to eat and own all the lies that had been told by this administration. Alternative facts was very simple. I meant to say alternative information, additional facts. It wasn't George Orwell. It wasn't a new set of facts. And you can read my whole book. There's a whole chapter about it where I explain it.
All right. Yeah, that's what happens when you act educated and you come up against someone that actually truly is. They kind of hand you your butt. Not only that, but Kamala Harris, her little thing is still not... it's still not over with her election. Anyway, I'll play you this.
900,000 to put her face on the Sphere in Las Vegas. In the Sphere, the ego, the crazy, the commissions. I was at the White House for a dinner Friday night, talking to a lot of people, and I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of whispering. There's a lot of names about who got paid this, who got paid that, and a lot of people got rich on the back of donors trying to stop Trump. And I think this disqualifies her forever. If you can't run a campaign, you can't run America.
Okay. I played you that to tell you this, because I can tell you this. A lot of people say, well, what about the stings? I got one for you. Nobody else is going to tell you this but me today. So Kamala Harris has taken all this money that donors have given for the campaign. Okay. Part of the rules in that is you cannot pay other people. Okay. Cannot pay other people to come on and do things for you to help buy votes. It's illegal. Anyone, I'm telling you, mid-2025, we're going to see it reappear. reappear because this story, because anybody that took money from her, hear me, took money from her in this campaign to Beyonce, to any of these other people that took money, no matter what they did, to help her buy votes is what it is. It's called embezzlement. Embezzlement. And embezzlement, all these people have participated in it, of embezzling millions and millions of dollars in front of America and calling it a Democratic campaign. I will tell you this. The whole Democratic Party, well, we already know that it's a crap show, but in this last election, every person that took a penny from her, it's embezzlement. It's criminal. Not only that, the money that the Democratic Party took out of Joe Biden and just dumped it in Kamala. All those people. It's misappropriation of funds. It's embezzlement. It's theft. It's robbery. And I'll tell you why. Because it's done with donations, even though we're not, some of you may be Democratic. I don't care. But, man, it's the big crap show. They don't realize what they did. Even though I'm not a Joe Biden fan, and I'm not a Democratic Party fan, they still took the money out of a man. They robbed a man's bank, put it in her bank because they were just going to support her. She didn't get voted in. She was just placed. It's not been overlooked. It has been looked at, and it's being addressed. Yep, Al Sharpton. He's another one. The amazing racist. And I will tell you this. She paid these churches that she went to. She wasn't just invited. She paid them for podium time. Absolutely treason. Absolutely. And even though I don't support the Democratic Party and other stuff, it's still Americans, the American people's money that they've either worked for or whatever, and they've donated for a specific campaign. There's multiple facets to this that's really intricate. And when I tell you this, if some of these people, they're not going to get away. They're not going to get away. And I'll tell you why. Because if they're part of the Diddy crew, you may see something and go, oh, well, they got off. Or they got off. They didn't get off. They didn't get off. Because they are a part of multiples of criminal things. Like Al Capone. They never could get him on his crimes. Like murder or anything else that he had people do. Put out hits on people. He couldn't do, but they got him on tax evasion. If you know the story behind that, it's like, well, why are we happy about him getting up? It's just tax evasion. It really don't matter. As long as his ass gets grabbed and goes to prison and punished. There's no way they can get out of this, out of anything, because they went so reckless for years. Yeah, I saw that. The DNC, they paid for people to go. Benny Johnson and Joe Rogan tried to get in for $250 and a pizza. Oh, my gosh. Well, I'll tell you what. We were able to infiltrate the Democratic Party, the Democratic Convention, and we didn't pay anybody. We just started a little rumor, and a little rumor went to a gigantic thing. And I'll be honest with you, I was caught off guard about how big it went. Because we're the ones, well, me, started this rumor that Beyonce was going to be showing up and going to be doing a concert. And then it went from that to just exploding. And then you're like, holy crap, the news. I mean, like, man, am I a prophet? Did I prophesy this or something? Because they're saying now that she's going to be on it. No, they all fell for it. Everybody grabbed hold and jumped on it. And poor Beyonce didn't show up to perform. And all of her people that were there were really ticked and left. and furious because Kamala Harris had the nerve to say that she was coming. That's probably why she ended up having to pay her to come back. Whatever. Anyway, one other thing here. Let's see here. I got people saying all kinds of Flynn lied on this, whatever. I ain't worried about Flynn. I'm gonna play this real quick here. This is I know time's getting away, but I'm gonna play this real quick here. This is Megyn Kelly. I would like to see her in the White House somewhere.
There is news just breaking on Politico as we came to air. Kamala Harris is telling her advisors and allies to keep her political options open, saying she's in the best position to run against Trump 4 years from now, with some 40% of the Democrat Party behind her, which is the highest by far. Nobody else even has double digits. And she could be eyeing a run for California governor, and has said repeatedly in phone calls, quote, "I am staying in the fight." You go, girl.
Okay, let's just address this monkey in the room here. There's no way in hell she would win. What that is that's a desperate ploy from someone that just finally is now coming out of the closet sober, because she has to, but she's coming out now, and Trump can't run again, can he? He's not going to. He already said he's not going to run again. But yeah, Kamala is just dreaming up whatever. And I just play it because it's pretty humorous. That's it. And that's basically it. But anyway, yeah. Lots of good stuff in America. So tomorrow we're going to do open lines. We'll do a small little bit. And we'll do a little bit of some stuff, and then we'll do some open lines if you can tell me what you're thankful for. And we'll talk a little bit tomorrow. How about that, guys? Guardians, so get your stuff together if you want to be a part of that. Also, if you're not a Guardian, come be a Guardian. You can go to eiobn.com, scroll down where it says be a Guardian, click on that, donate. It's $10 or more a month, and what that does is it helps support us here, keeps our equipment going, keeps the electric going, keeps us doing what we're doing and growing and building other platforms and all this other good stuff. And what is it? Where is Camel Toe? I don't know where she's at. It's hard to tell. She's probably drunk somewhere by now. But anyways, be a part of that. And if you're on Locals and you subscribe to Locals, unsubscribe to Locals. Yeah, I know Rumble loves me saying that, but unsubscribe to that because it don't come to us. We don't see nothing of that. And it doesn't help us. It just helps them. It pads their pockets. And when we go to the new platforms, those that are on Locals, you'll be paying for absolutely nothing. So it's not fair for you. I'm just looking out for you. The other thing is if you want to come to the Christmas thing, get online, do that. Make sure when you're doing that you put in there's a box there for you. Enter your full name, your address and phone number and all that stuff. Yeah, just do all that stuff. Yeah, just kind of be adults here. Anyway, appreciate everybody listening today. Tomorrow it'll be open lines. We're going to have a good time tomorrow. We'll talk about some stuff. We may talk about some memories. Who knows? I got all kinds of crappy stories from growing up. I mean, me and my brother used to take the neck and do all kinds of stupid things with it. And then we started taking the neck and we'd sneak it in after my mom would put the turkey in. We'd tie the legs together and we'd stick the neck between its legs. And then when it come out, it looked like a big old male thing. And my mom would be like, oh! I mean, we were bad. Very bad. Or we'd take the neck, put it in our zipper and run out on the porch and wave at people. I mean, I'm serious. We just crazy boons. Anyway, like to have a good time. Anyway, people drive by, didn't like it, but whatever. Anyway, tomorrow, good time. Grateful for everybody that's tuned in today. Hope you had a great day. Hope you continue to have a great day. Keep my mama in your prayers. Keep DC in your prayers. And I will catch you tomorrow. DC out.